What's going on, everybody? This is Mason. You're tuning into the YouTube channel Wasatch Pop. Guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day, fantastic week. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I haven't made one of these videos in a long time, but guys, we are going to be talking about Funko Pops that you should buy now rather than later because they could go up in price in the near future. And now this is totally speculative on my part, but I like to bring in some reasonable things that I feel like why they would go up in price. And usually I base this on if there's new movies, TV shows, if things have been in recent news, or if there's been any like new Funko Pops announced in these lines. And there's been plenty of stuff that has happened recently that I think could correlate to Funko Pop prices going up. So without any further ado, let's hop into it and let's talk about some Pops. Here we go. So when I mentioned that there was a lot of news recently, I'm talking about D23. And if you guys don't know what that is, basically it's a massive Disney expo where Disney pretty much talks about everything that they're involved in. Everything is announced at this conference or at this show. So a good chunk of these are kind of related to some of those announcements. And I figured that, you know, it would correlate with some common sense to think that some of these other Funko Pops related to these things could be going up in price. First off, I wanted to talk about a movie that's going to be coming out, in about a year or two. I can't remember when they said this was specifically announced, but they said that there will be a Marvel Thunderbolts movie, which I think looks pretty cool. And if you guys don't know what Thunderbolts is, it's kind of like a ragtag Avengers kind of thing. So it's kind of like your anti-hero kind of superheroes all formed together for one movie. And for most of these people, there are Funko Pops, but there are a couple that I want to focus on, and I'm not sure how much of a role that they will have in this movie, but a couple ones that I want to talk about is Taskmaster and US Agent. Both of these characters have already been in their respective Marvel movies and series. Taskmaster was in Black Widow, and then I believe US Agent was in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series on Disney+. Now, both of these Pops are pretty affordable. Taskmaster at $12, it's pretty much at retail, and then US Agent, there is a LA Comic-Con exclusive, I believe, and that one, according to my list right here, is around like 20 bucks. So, but any of those characters, I would recommend maybe kind of seeing what different variations are there of those characters out there, because I can guarantee there's going to be at least some sort of price jump, usually with Marvel related things, whether it's movies or TV shows that come out. Those kind of Pops always tend to go up in price. Like She-Hulk is a great example, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight. All of those characters right there got their own Disney Plus shows, and well, surprisingly, but not really surprisingly, in correlation, their Pops ended up going up in price. So Thunderbolts, be on the lookout for those, and maybe just kind of keep an eye out on them and see what happens. Another thing that was announced at D23 during Pixar's event is they announced that there will be a new Inside Out movie, Inside Out 2, coming out in 2024. And you know, with correlation of all of that and everything like that, I would suggest picking up those Inside Out Pops sooner rather than later. Obviously, you have a little bit of time because the movie doesn't come out until 2024, but most of them are pretty affordable, at least those common characters. So all the different emotions like joy, disgust, sadness, anger, fear, I think I got them all 5 of those right there. They can range anywhere between like $14 to $30. So really, honestly, really affordable. People love the Inside Out property. And I can't imagine that this movie is not going to be like super popular. Like people are going to absolutely love this movie. So be on the lookout for those Pops, guys, because they'll, like, when those come out, those Pops will be, I don't even know how old, but at least like 6 or 7 years old by that point. But anyways, Inside Out, I figured that would be a decent suggestion with that new movie coming in the future. All right, next up, guys, we have a couple of things kind of related to New York Comic-Con coming up in a couple of weeks. They announced a new Pop coming out of Steve from Blue's Clues with the handy dandy notebook, which we'll go into how nostalgic that is for me personally. But I want to suggest to you guys to pick up the different Blue's Clues Pops that are already out there. I have a feeling that the Steve Pop is going to be probably one of the most sought after Pops for New York Comic-Con, which is kind of interesting. It kind of falls in the realm of when I grew up and a lot of other people, you know, the 90s kids, I guess is the best way to put it. But yeah, with that Steve Pop coming out, those other Blues Pops are gonna be a little bit harder to find, or at least I feel like a little bit more sought after. The common blue goes for around 15, and then the Hot Topic exclusive one goes for around like 30 bucks, but I think it recently restocked, so I think that price could be a little off. But anyways, I can't imagine that they're not going to be making more Blue's Clues Pops. If they make Steve, they probably got to make a couple of the other characters, you know, like Mailbox. Well, it's like Salt and Pepper. There's a couple other people that I'm trying to think. Magenta might be another one that they make a pop of eventually. But anyways, yeah, pick up those 2 blue pops sooner rather than later at a solid price right now, because when that Steve comes out and they make more Blue's Clues Pops, a lot of people are going to be really nostalgic and want to complete their sets. Me personally, that's why I'm going after that pop, because I loved Blue's Clues when I was a child. All right, we got 2 more left, guys, on my suggestion list. One of them that I want to suggest to you guys, they're both cartoon related and kind of related to the whole Funko NFT sphere of things. The first one I want to talk to you guys about is to pick up sooner rather than later is Looney Tunes. And now most of the Looney Tunes Pops, guys, right now you can get anywhere between like the original ones are around like $18 to $45 depending on which characters you get. So I'm talking some of the original ones like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Taz, Sylvester, some of those guys kind of fall within that price range. And obviously there's some more exclusive figures that are worth like hundreds of dollars, a lot more, but I kind of want to focus on more of those somewhat more reasonably priced ones, because why we're focusing on that is there is a Looney Tunes Funko NFT line coming out very soon. And by very soon, I mean, I think it's like next week, depending on when this video comes out, but we have a couple of new characters being introduced and also some cool variations of things. So there's Foghorn Leghorn, there's also Yosemite Sam, there's another Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, and also a Freddy Funko as Bugs Bunny. So I would figure with those new NFT figures coming out, you might have a little bit of time because it's just the NFTs. The figures won't be coming out for a while. It's just people getting the digital cards. But I would suggest if you haven't picked up any of those and you're a Looney Tunes fan, definitely be on the lookout for those guys, because you know, those could go up in price with, you know, more Looney Tunes stuff coming out. I do remember as well that there is another Yosemite Sam coming out for New York Comic Con as well, and that might have some correlation with the Looney Tunes Pops going up in price. But be on the lookout for those original ones, guys. With those coming back into the forefront, people are thinking about them again. I think they would definitely be a good grab for sure. All right, last but certainly not least, I might have made this suggestion before in one of these videos that I've done in the past, but I'm gonna make it again, and that is Popeye. Now the Popeye Pop right now, guys, there are a couple of versions out there, but the one that I wanna suggest to you guys to pick up, it's around like 30 bucks, is the Specialty Series one. And why I'm suggesting that you guys pick this up is because the NFTs, the Popeye NFTs that came out a while ago, are actually starting to ship out and be in the hands of collectors, the actual physical Pops. So there's a Popeye Grail, and I think he's holding Sweet Pea, I believe. There's also Bluto, and then I think there's a Freddy Funko as Popeye as well. So people, when they're starting to get those Pops in, will think more if there's any more Popeye Pops out there, and there is that only one original Specialty Series one. So, I mean, I recommend picking that up just on the fact that there's those NFT, the physical ones are actually shipping out to people, and overall, I think it's just a classic character. I'm surprised it's not worth more than $30. But anyways, folks, that are all of my suggestions. Let me know in the comment section below if you've got any that maybe would make a good one for maybe next month's list, or any that comes to mind for you guys. Let me know in the comment section below what Pops you think will go up in price in the near future. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching again. You guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind to one another and always promote positivity. I will see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.